Welcome to another segment of Oregon Quilting, and today we're at Yamhill Heritage Society.
Well, it's the Yamhill County Historical Society, and we have two sites. We're at our Yamhill Valley Heritage Center for Farm Fest today, and we also have a museum in Lafayette, which is the Miller Museum, and also our historic polling church is there. But we're here to celebrate Farm Fest today.
Okay, and Carolyn Meeker is the president, and I thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And is there something people can visit regularly?
Yes, our museum currently is open on Saturdays from 10 to 3. And in the very near future, we hope to be open on Fridays as well, and maybe even Sundays. We're aiming for that.
Okay.
We've got construction going on. Our administration building is under construction. We do have our exhibit hall, which is full of exhibits that people can visit. Today we're having a quilt show, and draft horses and mules will be competing in plowing competitions. We have hamburgers, hot dogs, chili for folks that come hungry, and they usually are hungry. In August, we will have our Harvest Fest, and that will be on the 18th and 19th from 10 to 4, right here at the Heritage Center. And also that we have children plant grain at this event, and then if the same children want to come back and harvest it at Harvest Fest, they can do so. So it's wonderful for kids. We have our covered wagon, which sitting right outside, and the children can actually get up in the wagon and see what their ancestors traveled from the east to Oregon, over the Oregon Trail.
And there are activities too for the children.
There are other activities for the children. They can play games with antique toys. Besides planting, there are other activities that they can, and they change from time to time.
Okay.
So.
Well, we thank you, and we're going to be looking around and visiting.
Well, thank you, Elizabeth. Thanks for coming out. We appreciate it.
Thank you. We're here at the celebration today, and I have Donna Jo King, who's going to talk a little bit about the quilting.
Thanks. We're glad to have you here. The quilt displays around the room the quilts are all from the Yamhill County Historical Society, the museum in Lafayette, and they're stored there in acid-free boxes. 4 or 5 quilts to the box with acid-free paper in between the layers, and climate controlled, and they don't get to come out very often, so
it's a special occasion.
It's a special occasion, and we're glad to display the Society's quilts. Each of them has an explanation pinned to them with the age of the quilt, and most of them the donor. A lot of them we don't know the makers because they're so old. And this is a modern quilt, and I have other ladies coming soon to help demonstrate.
Hand quilting.
Yeah, hand quilting, and I don't think there's any of the antiques that aren't hand quilted because that was the way it was done.
It was done. What is this pattern?
I don't know the name of this pattern. I cheated. I bought this top.
It looks almost like tulips.
It does. Yeah. Yeah.
So, well, I thank you, and we're going to look around, and we'll enjoy the quilts. They're from the 1800s.
A lot of them are from the 1800s. Most of them are very old. Some of them are very worn.
Yes.
But they're still treasures.
Yes, they are. Well, thank you, Donna Jo, for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Okay. Hi, I'm here with Alice, and we have a very special exhibit, and she's going to explain about it.
I'm Alice Darnton. I'm from McMinnville Public Library. I'm a reference librarian, and this is the Jump Off Creek by Molly Gloss. Jump Off Creek by Molly Gloss. And this is the book that we're reading for Mac Reads, which is a program put on by McMinnville Public Library, Linfield College, and also 3rd Street Books here in McMinnville. And the idea is that everybody reads this book, and then we have a series of programs, and Farm Fest is one of the programs that we're holding around this book. The story is about a woman who in the late 1800s moves out to Oregon by herself, and it's a really interesting story of independence and the will to survive.
Okay.
And this is a replica of the cabin as Molly Gloss imagined it in the Jump Off Creek. It's got a dirt floor and an old stove, and you'll notice some rats and spiders in here as well. It was a very hard way to live. And it really kind of, reading this book makes you appreciate more the kind of modern conveniences that we have today. Yeah.
Well, I thank you for sharing.
Thank you very much.
Yes. I'm here
In
with
the
Shirley.
really olden days, the fellows, well, only royalty could afford it to begin with.
Okay.
So if the queens or what were having new clothes made, then they'd send their representative with the thread, and then they'd have the village make that pattern. And so there's no running water, no electric lights. They had to do it in the daytime. And so a lot of them had trouble with blindness because they did so much, and they started really young, boys and girls.
Okay.
And then they'd come to get it at the daylight, and they'd cut it off, take it home, but they'd measure to be sure you didn't steal any of the thread.
Okay. Okay, and you're making a bookmark?
I'm making a bookmark,
Okay.
and I hope to finish it today if I don't stop and talk too much.
Okay.
And this is my bookmark, and it's a torchon bookmark, and that's a type of lace, but it is one of the easier ones. You don't have to learn a whole lot.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And then I'm ready to do that pinhole. I go pinhole to pinhole,
Okay.
and this is my edge stitch, and it's a double stitch, and then put up your pin. And I've already poked a hole in my pattern so the pin will go in easy.
Okay.
And then tug it, and now I'm ready to go to that pin, and this pair is to come that way with a twist. So
Okay.
cross twist, and this is a ground stitch, so it's a half stitch ground,
Okay.
and then close the stitch and discard, and there's my next pinhole.
And there is a society, there's a group of people?
Yes, we actually belong to the International Lace Makers, and we have a branch in Portland.
Okay.
And so we go the first Thursday of the month to Portland and have a real meeting.
Oh,
And
okay.
everybody brings whatever they're working on. So sometimes they're knitting or crocheting, and most of us do bobbin lace and tatting. They're all
Okay.
lace related.
All right.
And then that's the first Thursday in Selwood. And then the second Monday night, we meet around the Yamhill, Newburgh,
Oh, okay.
McMinnville area
Okay.
for an evening meet for people that have to work out.
Oh, they still have to work.
And then the third Thursday, we meet at Opal's house in Newburgh. So that's just so
Okay.
we go and make lace. And then the last Saturday, we meet here in McMinnville and make lace from 9 to 12.
So you're very active.
And then we go to lunch. That's our second thing that we like to do best.
Is eat.
Lace is first, but eat second.
And chocolate is,
Oh, yes.
yes, yes. We quilters are the same. We do the chocolate too. I know you do, Opal. Well, thank you, Shirley,
You're
for
welcome.
sharing. We
You're welcome.
appreciate it.
And anytime you want to learn, just tell us and we'll show you how.
Okay. I'm here with Opal, and she's going to talk to us about what she's doing.
Well, I'm doing bobbin lace. I'm making a little purse pocket. And my mother saw this demonstrated at a Columbia County fair one time, and so she got very interested into it. And then she learned from the lady that was at the fair, and then she taught my daughter, which was about 10 years old at the time. And then when I retired, my daughter taught me.
Taught you.
Yes.
So generation skipped and then back to generation.
We have 3 generations, and I think we're the only Group, 3 generations in the area.
In the area.
That's done the bob and lace.
That's wonderful. Do you tat also?
Yes, I tat also.
Okay.
And I quilt.
And you quilt? I've seen you quilt.
Yeah, and I crochet, I knit, I do.
You do it all.
Yes.
You do it all.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Opal, for sharing with us today. I appreciate it.
Thank you.